Hey guys, tonight on Beer Geek Nation, the one, the only, Pliny the Elder. Welcome to Beer Geek Nation. I'm Chris Stelz, and tonight I'm going to do something a little special. This is one of my first reviews. I think it's the third one I've done total, so figured I'd break out one of the more special beers, I guess, if you want to call it that, even though it's a year-round beer. But anyway, it's the one and only Pliny the Elder. It's the beer everyone tries to get. Everyone eventually gets a bottle of it. You can get it. It's tough to get, but you can get it. I'm on the East Coast, so it's nearly impossible to find in stores here. Last I heard, being in Pennsylvania, Mid-Atlantic region, we get, I believe it was 12 kegs per month to divide up among the entire Mid-Atlantic. So Pennsylvania, New York, parts of Massachusetts, or parts of New England. So we don't get a lot of it. And if we do, it's usually going to be in, the major cities like Philly, Pittsburgh. And usually word hits the net and it's gone within, a day or two, if not quicker. Pliny the Younger, forget it. It's gone within an hour or two of people finding out where it is. But anyway, does it live up to the hype? That's, I guess, the question that everybody always wants to know. And, everybody wants to get a bottle of this stuff. It does. It does. Well, I'll get into it later, but it does. It definitely lives up to the hype. It's as far as Russian River goes, they've said they're not going to production of this anytime soon, so it's still going to remain harder to get. It's probably going to get even harder to get because, as the myth of Pliny the Elder grows, more people want to get it, more people get into craft beer, it just gets harder to get. I know I got 2 bottles in a trade, thanks to Ryan off Beer Advocate for this one, and he sent me another one. He lives in California, within about an hour of the brew pub, he said, Russian River Brew Pub, he said, and he has a hard time getting it. He says, the place he goes to might get a case of it, and it's gone within a day or two. He knows the guy, and the guy actually calls him when he gets it in. But anyway, I mean, it just, it's a tough beer to get, and it is worth it. So without further ado, let's get into the meat and bones of this. Pliny the Elder, it's a IPA. I guess it's probably more of a double IPA. 8% alcohol. Hopped out of its mind. The scent of this thing, the aroma of it just is crazy. I guess it's bigger brother, which is kind of a strange name for it, but Pliny the Younger is basically a bigger version of this. So I guess this would be an IPA. That would be considered definitely a double IPA, although the line's kind of a little bit blurry with this one. If you can get Pliny the Younger, get it. If not, good luck. I've never had it. I haven't been able to have the chance to get it. But anyway, back to Pliny. So I guess without further ado, we can crack this open. Let you see what it looks like, kind of give you a brief overview of what it smells and tastes like, and we will go from there. Like I say, even as I was pouring it, just the hop aroma is just crazy. It literally just takes up about a 3 feet bubble of where you're pouring it, and it's just so fresh. That's one of the big things about Pliny the Elder is it just tastes so fresh and crisp. There aren't too many beers that come close to even getting near to where it's fresh and how bright the hops are, as Pliny the Elder does. And you can see it pours, just an amazing pour. About 2 fingers worth of head, just, the head sticks around. Really solid head retention. A light orange color, kind of a haze to it. It's that hop haze that, that isn't a bad thing at all, but really good stuff. As far as the aroma goes, I mean, immediately, piney pine needles, I get a lot of mango, a lot of citrus in it. That's really the highlights of the aroma. I mean, it's just, yeah, there's definitely, yeah, it's just pine, like a pine forest almost. A lot of mango, a lot of like exotic, fruits. A little bit of peach, a little bit of peach. Not as much as say like a hop slam, but there is a little bit of peach in there. So citrusy, lemony, just really, really fresh. Just hits you in the face with how fresh it is. I should mention this bottle was brewed or bottled on March 4th of 2010, obviously. So it's a pretty fresh bottle. It's April 1st right now. So that's less than a month old, and it smells it too. It's just delicious. Carbonation, really good carbonation, kind of fills out the taste for you, gets everything flowing in there. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, it's just a first taste out of a fresh bottle. It's just something else. You really do kind of appreciate what the recipe they have on this. It's just something else. It's just so well balanced. You get the bitter in the front of the tongue. As it goes back to the back of the tongue, you're going to get the malt load. Not too sweet, just enough to kind of highlight the hop bitterness. And then on top of that, you're getting the aroma of the citrus fruit and the mango and the pine needles and all that stuff as you're drinking it, because it is so flavorful, so aromatic, so flavorful. It's just an amazing beer to drink. And I've noticed some of the other bottles of this I've had, as it gets warmer, you're going to get more of the malt taste and kind of less of the aroma's going to go away a little bit, but you get more of a kind of an earthy, spicy smell to it, and you're going to get more of the malt. It's going to be more like a sweeter caramel toffee as the malt usually gets. It's not real intense because this is kind of it's not a real malty beer, but like I said, the blending between the hop level, bitterness, aromatics, and the malt is just perfect. So, is it worth it? Absolutely. But with that said, I personally have paid upwards of $15 to $20 for a bottle of the stuff on eBay. And that was my first bottle. I've learned since then. Is it a $20 bottle of beer? That's questionable. I would hold out. 10, 15 bucks, sure. If you've never had one, it's worth it. Hop Slam, in my opinion, I like better. It's apples and oranges. It is a different style of beer, but to me, Hop Slam, I kind of like the aroma a little better. I like the overall the sweetness of the malt and the honey that they ferment it with. I like the hop varietals a little bit better in Hop Slam. But don't get me wrong, when you get to a level of, Pliny the Elder, Pliny the Younger, Hop Slam, Founders Double Trouble IPA is just a fantastic beer. You can't go wrong with these. It's your personal taste at this point. It's not like you're going to get a skunk bottle of this or a skunk bottle of Hop Slam. They're just so good. They're just excellent, excellent beers that if you can get any of them, it's worth a try. So do what you can. Trade, go on a Beer Advocate. Pliny, people in California can get it pretty easily. I mean, it's hit and miss depending on where they're located in California, but people are more than willing to get you a bottle of it. It's doable. Definitely worth your time. It's a great beer. Definitely a summer beer. It's really a winter beer too, but definitely a great summer beer eating with barbecue. And that about covers it. Like I said, well, let me give you some alternatives, because I meant to do this a little bit. The question always comes up, what does Pliny taste like for people who don't have it? The closest beer that personally I've ever had that comes really, really close to Pliny the Elder, that's pretty readily available on the East Coast, definitely on the West Coast, and I'm sure in the central part of the country, I'm not entirely sure, but is Lagunitas Hop Stupid Ale. And it runs about $4.99 a bottle. I can get it pretty easily at like a bottle store here. I know they had it at the Wegmans up near me, and it was $5 a bottle, and it tastes pretty close to Pliny the Elder. I was surprised. I believe the alcohol is a little bit higher on that one, but I'm not 100% sure. Just barely, if any. IBUs are about the same. Hop Stupid, I think, is 102 IBUs. Pliny, oh, well, the theoretical IBUs are like 250 or something, but after it's all said and done, it's probably close to 100. But I think that's the closest one I've ever had is Lagunitas Hop Stupid. If you can't get Pliny the Elder, you're going to get a pretty good feel about what it tastes like drinking that, and that's really easy to get. But I think that should about cover it if you can't get Pliny. Like I said, if you can, definitely snatch a bottle up. It's great beer. Try to get some more reviews out this coming weekend. It's going to be nice weather here, so I'm probably going to do some outdoor stuff, kind of change the scenery a little bit. But until then, cheers.